Good morning and welcome to Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, right here in Anniston, Alabama, off of Quintard Avenue, where we come to you live every weekday morning. So thank you for tuning in. And again, welcome. I'm joined by Ed Pyle, the general manager here at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. How's it going?
It's going all right. How are you?
It's Monday morning.
It is Monday morning.
Yeah, it's chilly too.
It is a little chilly outside this morning. I think it's supposed to warm up though.
I hope so. I have a harder time starting my day when it's chilly
Cold,
outside.
yeah.
Yeah, because then you just want to be all snuggled in and lots of people out there that might be viewing us this morning might be still in bed because it's President's Day.
Some people don't have to work.
Some people don't have to work, and good for you.
Right.
I'm happy for you. Maybe slightly jealous, but no, but really happy for you. No, but yeah. So today's President's Day, but that's a great day for people to come buy cars.
Every day is a good day for people to come buy cars.
Every day.
Yes, we don't mind any day for somebody to come buy cars. No,
Monday,
we had a decent
Wednesday.
Saturday. We had a decent Friday. So I mean, we've had some halfway decent weather. It's been a little bit better.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it hasn't been raining quite as much, and you know, I think we're getting ready to go into the springtime and hopefully really take things off.
Yeah, March is just approaching soon. We were just talking about
That's
before we
crazy.
went live, like next weekend is the last weekend of February.
Yeah, this one, yeah.
It went really fast.
It did. It's gone real quick, that's for sure.
Even doing this show, like we are now like, what is this, our 5th week?
I believe so.
Wow.
That is
And,
crazy.
yeah, we've had a lot of fun. We've had a lot of great guests.
We have.
We have a studio audience today.
We do, yes.
Made up of one, but we're
Yeah,
looking
that's
forward
right.
to having our friend
Yeah,
John
we got our
Garlic
big
on
ones, yeah.
with us. But yeah, we've been able to talk to a lot of really fun people here in the community.
We found a lot of different things to do too. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and name them all, but I mean, yeah, you're right. I mean, there's a lot of stuff out there that if you weren't from this area, you wouldn't know. So, I mean, because I didn't have no idea about some of the stuff, so that was good for all of us.
Yeah, thanks for giving us a platform to where we're able to do that. And
Well,
to
I think
give
that,
back.
you know, it's been good for everybody. I mean, I think that, you know, having you guys here and stuff like that, I mean, it's been good for us. Help build morale, help build, you know, a little bit of excitement, you know, with some of the customers and things. So I think it's been good all the way around.
Yeah, well, good. Well, let's keep doing it.
Well, we're going to.
Yeah, good. Well, if you have anything that you would like to come join us and talk about, if there's something that's going on in the community that you would like to let our viewers know, or if you have a fundraiser or a business, just get in touch with us. You can email me personally at Courtney@TV24.tv. Of course, you can comment on any of our Facebook pages. You can email us through there, direct message us. You can call up here, Greenway, Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. Neither one of us are good at remembering phone numbers.
I was hoping you weren't going to bring that up.
But you can easily, it's a Google search.
Right.
You can easily just Google, and then Google will call it for you. You know, then you don't have to punch in the numbers. Just hit call,
Yeah,
and
there
it
you
will
go. You don't
happily
have to worry about it.
happily
Right.
connect you here. So just Google search Greenway CDJR in Anniston and give us an email, a phone call. There's so many
be the
ways
phone number.
to contact and to communicate with people now.
There are.
And that's the same thing if you're wanting to look for an appointment, if you want to go car shopping and you are seeking out an appointment, which is always a good idea because then you know there's a sales professional that's here and available to help you and has made that time. And the same with service department. Now, until February, there's 2 specials that we're running, right? So number one is 50% off of diagnostics. So if your check engine light has come on and you're not really sure what's going on, don't delay, don't put it off. Go ahead and get in, check it out, see what the reason is, and you get 50% off of that. If it is something that's going to be a little pricey, then that's okay because there are finance options available in the service department as well. And then what's the other one, the tires?
Yeah, you buy 4 tires and you get a free alignment. So, you know, that's another thing that coming out of the wintertime and, you know, getting more into the travel season, we felt like that would be a big benefit for people because, you know, you're going to need tires. You know, we can take care of that for you here. And then also, like I said, you get the free alignment to go along with it. So I mean that's a very beneficial thing. And then again the check engine light, anything that you know comes up on the car, you know with the half off on the diagnostic, that's a big thing too.
Yeah, and that's a really nice Nice thing for you to do. Thanks, Ed, for giving that,
Yeah, there you
that
go.
option.
Well, and then like you were talking about, with the financing, I think that's a big thing back there in service too. They got 0% for the first 6 months, and then if you don't for some reason, or you can't for some reason pay it off in the first 6 months, yes, you will inquire a little bit of you will inquire interest.
Sure.
I don't know the exact terms on that, but they can go over all that kind of stuff with them in the service department.
6 months is a whole lot easier than right now.
Well, there's no question about that.
You can budget out for that.
Yeah,
and
and especially
prepared.
paying no interest. I mean, it's very simple. You divide it by 0, that's what your payment's going to be.
Honestly, even if you can pay for it all in the day, you might as well.
With
then you
0%,
can-
I mean, you can't borrow money or borrow anything right now for 0%. So anytime you can get the 0%, I mean, a lot of people don't like to have that payment hanging over their head, but it might be more beneficial.
Yeah. Payment without interest is a little easier. But I mean, sometimes we have to pay interest to borrow money.
That's
and,
correct.
Interest rates are always one of those that are, we never know. And you don't set those interest rates.
No, we don't. I mean, I know that sometimes when people come in to buy the cars, they think we set the interest rates, but it's up
to the banks.
Yeah, it is, and we have some very, very good banks, and we have some very good people that we work with, and we have very good people that know how to assist with any kind of credit. So I mean, it's not just because somebody needs a second chance on a credit opportunity. We do that all day long. And especially right now with tax season, people are able to come up with a little bit of money down, and even sometimes you don't need money down. So I mean, it just depends on the comfortability of what you are with a payment. So. In saying that, it's just being able to fit your budget, being able to make sense to a bank, and then we're able to obtain the financing for you.
Wonderful. Is there any vehicles out on the lot that you want to tell us about? Did y'all take any cool trades in this weekend?
We have a few that are running through going to run through the shop right now. But I mean, we have, and going back to what you're saying with vehicles on the lot, I was going to say this before. Just because you don't see a vehicle on the lot doesn't necessarily mean that we can't get a vehicle either. So sometimes you'll look on the website and you'll see, oh, well, they don't have what I'm looking for. Well, that doesn't necessarily mean that out of 40 Greenway stores out there, we don't have the capabilities of being able to find it for you. So I didn't. I wanted to make sure that I was going to touch on that before, so that way people know. And then same thing with new cars. If we don't have the new car that you're looking at, there's a tremendous amount of Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep stores out there that are within the, probably within a couple 100 miles. And then, we have another store, that's not very far. I mean, we got probably 3 or 4 stores within, 100 mile perimeter. Yeah. So at the end of the day, we can get whatever somebody needs.
Save a drive. So if you're looking for a vehicle and it happens to be in another city, just give them a call. Yeah, please buy here. Let them. They will bring that vehicle in here for you, and then you can keep your tax dollars in your community.
That's right.
Because that's really important.
It's a very big thing. I mean, it's just you've touched on it a few times as far as. Schooling, just keeping the tax dollars here in Calhoun County and in all this area. I mean, why would you want to go somewhere else and give somebody else the money and let them utilize it for their children, for their schools and stuff? Mm-hmm. We had Anniston on there. They were talking about how they've been able to progress with grades and things of that sort. That's starting to come up. So I mean, that's a huge thing for the whole area. Not just the dealership, for the whole for the whole schooling, just the area, to be able to know that when your kids go to school, they're going to get the best education they possibly can because they have the technology to be able to do that.
Yep, and that takes tax dollars. And we had a county commissioner on talking about infrastructure. Mm-hmm. Roads. There's going to be improvements to roads, which is really important. Mm-hmm. Nobody wants to have to be dodging potholes.
Well, that's when you're in here getting new tires.
Yeah, so. Really. Yeah, it's something that definitely to shop local, and that's for all businesses. Right. So we definitely encourage shopping local.
Well, and I think you see that with us, with the partnership of donuts, coffee, all that kind of stuff. It's all local stuff that we're trying to do, so that way we can support the same thing, just like we get the support from them. So
speaking of donuts, where is Kip? I am ready for my Dunkin' Donut and my coffee.
He should have done been here. So I mean, I don't know. Kip must have got lost
Kip,
today.
We're hungry.
That's right.
It's Monday. I need my caffeine.
We also got that car show coming up here not too long. I know
he's
we've
been working
talking about
hard
that.
doing
that. Yeah, he's called me all weekend long, telling me different things that they got going. So I mean, there's a lot of stuff that I don't even think we realize how much stuff's going to take place with that. But you know, the one thing we get to hear your band
Oh,
too.
yeah,
That's going to be
yeah.
interesting. And then you said that you had really good success over the weekend with your show.
We did. It was Sunday was sold out, and Friday
Oh,
and
wow.
Saturday was very close to it.
Oh, very good.
And so actually Friday night I think was a little oversold. I think we had some overflow seating on
Really?
Friday.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and then Saturday was pretty good. We were really close to being sold out, but then Sunday we had overflow seating.
Oh,
So,
wow, that's really good.
Yeah, it was great.
Well, you said you got 2 other shows too, right?
Yes, we got invited to take the show on the road.
Oh.
So we're going to Fort Payne, Alabama, to the Fort Payne Opera House is
Oh,
what
wow.
it's called. It's a theater there. So we're looking forward to that. That's going to be really exciting. So
Right.
that's going to be a Saturday night and Sunday matinee show. You can find tickets at theaterofgadsden.org. Fort Payne's a really cool place, and it's not very far from here. And so, yeah.
Get out and support the community, right?
Get out, yeah, it's cool. Maybe the theater here might invite us.
Yeah, that's right. You just keep on
Yeah,
going, right?
we'll just take it
Yeah,
on the
just
road.
keep
We'll
on
just
going.
start a
That's
travel
right.
show.
Yeah, there
Maybe
you
we
go.
could get it on at OPAC.
Yeah.
I think we did a pretty good job. We had a lot of really great reviews and
Well,
people who were.
With all the people that came and seen you, that I mean, you got to be able to put yourself out there in front of people, and that makes it even
We
better for
did.
you. So that's
We
good.
lay it all out there. That's why I don't have too much energy today. I exhausted it all this weekend.
Right,
Because that
exactly.
is the thing about performing, and you have to give it your all. You have to give that energy.
Right.
And sometimes the audience is so great that they give you the good energy back, and so you can kind of
Feed
work
off
off
them.
of that. Yeah. And sometimes the audience will just zap you. It kind
Take
of
it away from
depends.
you, right.
It's amazing how that works. But it's a roller coaster, and I had a lot of people say we put them through a roller coaster of emotions, and that's what that show is. It's so funny and so happy, and then it has very sad moments.
Right.
But, it just shows the resilience of humans and how, life is always throwing us curveballs and tragedies, and how do we get through it? And that's a lot of times having those connections with people,
Right.
Well,
it should, yeah. I mean, just being able to feel that, I mean, I'm sure this is got to be good. I mean, and then, like you said, every time you go out there, you have that same roller coaster you have to ride through too. So I mean, that's
fun.
got to be that's got to be
It's
great.
not that different from selling cars, really. I mean, you're putting it out there, you're getting the energy, you're working with your customer to try to give them the best possible experience.
Well, it's definitely energy because people feed off the. When people come in to buy cars and stuff like that, they can feel the energy. They can see the energy when there's cars outside. People walking the lots, people coming in, and stuff like that. So yes, I mean, granted, we're not performing arts by any means, but it does. You do feed off the energy because, and we talk about that all the time. The more people in here, the more energy they get. Instead of a salesperson just sitting here all day long, waiting for somebody to come in, and you're like, oh my God, here we go. I mean, but they do a very good job of trying to keep that energy alive. So that's a good thing.
It feels good.
Yeah,
You have
it
a
does.
great energy that happens here.
It's definitely working. So it's getting better.
Yep. Well, Eric's asking to see if you got to see all the cars that kids took pictures with yesterday.
I did. Kip actually sent me the. I haven't all the way, but yeah, he did send that to me, and I mean, we took the Gladiator down there, and I think we also took the Ram down there, and a lot of people took pictures with the vehicles. They had a good turnout down there, evidently.
Yeah.
So that's a really good thing. I forget where it was at. It was at the park.
It was at Chocoloca Park
Yeah,
at the media days?
that's right. Yeah, the media days.
Yeah, I
that's
wish I
right,
could have
yeah.
been there. If I could have been at
Yeah.
2 places at once.
Well,
I
that's-
haven't mastered that yet, though.
Well, that's difficult, right?
It is.
But yeah, I mean, Kip was there with we had one of our gentlemen go down there with him, Tristan. I mean, he's been on before, so he rode down there with Kip with the vehicles, and they were there. I think they were there all day long, so
Yeah,
that was a
that's
real good
awesome.
thing. Yeah.
Well, Ed, it's time for us to check in on our local weather and go to a quick break.
Okay.
You're welcome to stay and join us. I know you've got a busy Monday morning, and when we get back, our friend John Garlick will be joining us. So we may or may not have you, and thank you for your time if we don't, but yes, and thanks for having us here. Okay, so we're going to go check in again with your local area with Lacey Klontz and take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our guest, John Garlick. You're watching Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram right here in Anniston.
Good morning, everybody. We've got a beautiful few days ahead. We are getting up to 57 degrees today, 62 degrees tomorrow, and on Wednesday, temperatures are reaching all the way up to 68 degrees, and we won't see any rain on any of these days. I'm Lacey Clance with your TV24 weather.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Cluster, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes, nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
I'm Shirley Millwood, and I'm running to be Calhoun County's next Republican probate judge. As a Christian, conservative mother, protecting Calhoun County values matters to me. As the only attorney in this race with more than a decade of experience practicing law in probate court, I am the only candidate with the experience to serve from day one. When you're a judge making decisions that impact people's lives, that experience matters. I'm Shirley Millwood, and I'm asking for your vote on March 5th.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Cluster, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes, nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
I'm Eric Freeman with your WEAC TV24 and the Mountain 95-second news update. The City of Anniston Planning Commission is gearing up for a crucial meeting today at the Anniston City Meeting Center. According to the Calhoun Journal, the focus of the meeting will be to deliberate on proposed changes to the city's zoning ordinances. The proposed changes include allowing more commercial use for tattoo studios, check-cashing payday loan businesses, vape shops, a medical marijuana dispensary, and bars within the core district. According to the comprehensive plan, the primary desires identified by the community for downtown were the need for more dining and shopping opportunities, with a focus on public safety being second. Following Monday's Planning Commission work session, a follow-up meeting is scheduled for March 14th. Once the Planning Commission votes on the proposed ordinance, it will go to the City Council for approval. Governor Kay Ivey made an announcement last week that will affect the state of Alabama. Ivey announced that Conecuh Sausage would be expanding to Andalusia in a $58 million growth project. This will create 110 jobs in the area. Conecuh Sausage started in Evergreen, Alabama in 1947 and is a family-owned business that has continued through the years making iconic hickory smoked sausages. At the NASCAR season opener, the Daytona 500 was postponed yesterday due to weather. Joey Logano will lead the field to green today at 3 o'clock for the 66th running of the Great American Race. You can catch all the coverage right here on 95.1 The Mountain. Tune in to WEAC TV24 tonight for more local news at 5. For WEAC TV24 and The Mountain 95.1, I'm Eric Freeman.
Welcome back to Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram right here in Anniston, where we come to you live every weekday morning, Monday through Friday, even on holidays.
Even on holidays.
Even on holidays.
Yeah.
We have our friend John Garlic in the I would say in the studio, but in the dealership with
It's a
us today.
studio. It's got
It is.
desks and motorcycles
It's got cameras.
and cameras. That
Yeah.
makes it a studio.
Yeah, that makes it a studio.
Yeah.
And us.
And us.
It has us.
Absolutely. It has you.
Yeah, there we
It has
go.
you.
Well, we are in a car
The star.
dealership. Oh, goodness. Well, I need to, whew,
Wake up.
yeah.
We have a rubber duck.
Wake up.
We have a rubber duck.
Yes, rubber ducky.
Yeah, there you go.
Oh, so you have a good day today. You're going to be the bookend of TV24.
I am. I'm going to be the
Just
bookend.
start the
Just
day
start
and
end it.
finish the day.
End it with Shop 24. Yeah, I'm
I
looking
love
forward to
that
that.
show. You know, I got to fill in for you when you
I know
were
you did.
In Washington, in Washington, D.C.
I was in Washington. Yeah, Lacey will say I was there for, what, 2 years? That's
Yeah,
what she
it
likes
felt like
to say.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mhm.
she missed you so
She
much.
did miss me.
That's why.
She missed me.
But it was so much fun. I enjoyed it. I was like, if John's ever got to be out again, I'm in.
Oh, you can do it. Yeah.
Oh, can I?
Oh, absolutely.
Okay, well,
Yeah,
good.
there's always an opportunity because I'm out several Mondays.
Well, let me know because
but
that
not
was
this
so
Monday.
much fun. Yeah, they're there tonight. What kind of? So tell our audience if they haven't tuned into Shop 24, what can they expect?
Oh, well, okay. So the premise is Shop 24 is a coupon show. So we will spend an hour talking about the various businesses that we have inflation-busting coupons, right?
okay.
And you can call in and talk to the mighty Kipster, and he will sell you a bunch of really good deals.
Yeah.
And then you can listen to Lacey and I talk about the businesses and whatever else happens to cross our minds.
And y'all are too funny together. It's really funny. And y'all do another show together as well, the
We
John
do.
Garlic Show.
We do the John Garlic Show, appropriately named.
Okay. So how did Lacey feel about it being named that?
Well, I think she's okay with it. Yes, she's
Yeah,
okay with
she's
it.
so sweet.
It-
I
it-
miss getting to see her every day.
You see, I call it the John Garlic Show, starring Lacey Clowns.
I love that. That's it.
That's what it needs
I
to be.
think that does. Yeah, the John Garlic Show starring Lacey Clowns.
Yeah.
Our wonderful, every morning we get to hear Lacey's voice.
Lacey
with
and the weather, yeah.
Lacey and the weather. She gives us our update. And yeah, I used to get to see her every day, and now I don't get to see her often enough at all. Now our schedules have kind of gone two different ways, and I miss her. You tell her I say hey tonight.
I will tell
I'll
her
make
you
sure
say
to
hi.
tune in. Those coupons are amazing.
They are. They're great deals. They really are
Yes.
great deals.
Yeah.
Grocery coupons are, what, $15 will get you $25 worth of groceries. And granted, inflation is high. It's hard to buy groceries, but anything is better than nothing, right?
I'll say $15 or $10. I'll say
Yeah,
$2 if
absolutely.
the option is there.
And some of those coupons are half off. They're 5 for 10, stuff like that. So it's a great deal, and they're all pretty much local businesses. Can't beat that.
No, and I was introduced to a few new businesses by when I was there filling in for you. There were a few businesses that I didn't know existed, and so I got to try them out, and I got to try them out at a discount because I myself was a customer and bought some of those coupons. Of course, we let all of our callers get them first, and then
Yes.
I was surprised that there was like a few coupons that were still available, and I was like, well, I want that one and that one and that one. So,
What we do now, you can call in after the show, or you can go online after the show,
okay.
and you can get coupons on the website, I
Oh,
think.
there you go.
If we have any left over.
Yeah.
So we try to
Which-
get them all sold during the week.
Yeah, don't take that chance because
No.
I just got lucky
take
that day and was able to purchase I think I got like 2 really. I think there was 2 left over. There were plenty that I wanted, and I was like, maybe it won't sell, and then it did. But no, that's what it's all about.
You know what's fun though is the viewership has continued to go up.
Yeah, why does it
It's been
show?
increasing. Yeah.
I think people want to save money, and then you are fun to watch, and
We have
you get to
people
call in
watching
and
from
talk to kids.
Tuscaloosa.
Really?
Yeah.
Do they buy things, or they just like to watch?
They just watch the show.
That's just a testament to how funny you are together.
It's great. Yeah.
Yeah.
We love our viewing audience.
And picking on Lacey though about her foods and things she will and will not eat.
we pick on Lacey about almost everything.
Yeah, well, she's good. She has good spirits.
She's a
about her.
great.
She
She's
doesn't
very
mind.
funny. She's very sweet, and she's very tolerant.
I think you should have put
Of
that
me.
first. She's very tolerant. She's very sweet.
tolerant of me.
Oh,
yeah.
you're not too.
Lucy and Lacey, my wife Lucy and Lacey can testify to how difficult it can be.
Well, you can be pretty great too, but sometimes we have to. You're difficult in a funny way, though.
If
not
you
in
say
a-
so. Thank you.
yeah, I
Thank
guess
you.
I
I
don't
appreciate
know.
that.
They work with you more, and Lucy's married to you. I'm sure she could tell us some stories. Lucy, tell us some of your most favorite John Garlic stories.
Oh, she could have her own show.
Could she? Okay, there we go. Hey, WEAC, if you're listening, we're going to have the Lucy Garlic Show.
The Lucy Show. The
I love Lucy Show.
Yes, I love it. My mother used to always say that when Lucy and I got married. When my mother was still alive, she would go, "I love Lucy."
Oh, that's so sweet.
Yeah, it was very sweet. Oh my goodness.
She's having to be, pretty patient and understanding because campaigning is not for the weak of heart, right?
No, it is campaign season. So March 5th is an election coming up. We have just about 2 weeks, right?
Yeah, we're not far from it
March
at all.
5th is the election, the primary election, and I'm running for probate judge, right? So we have all kinds of stuff we've been doing to promote that. We've got all kinds of information out there, but I've got handouts, palm cards. They call these palm cards.
Palm cards?
Palm cards.
Because it fits in the palm of your hand.
I guess that's what they call it. But yes, I am running for probate judge March 5th.
Can I quote you?
You can try to quote me. Go
ahead. Well, I'm going to read the quote.
Oh, read it. There you go.
I'm going to read the John Garlic quote here on the palm card. Mm-hmm. My experience in the public and private sectors make me uniquely qualified for extensive administrative and judicial roles of the probate judge. I believe my experience in law enforcement, mental health, and accounting will allow me to make a positive change in Calhoun County. That is John Garlic right here on these palm cards.
That's me. And a lot of people don't really run into the probate office very often. There's people like, oh, well, I had a will probated, or maybe they go in and register a deed. But there's so much more that goes on in the probate office. It's amazing. It's got an administrative side and a judicial side. And the administrative side is all about collecting fees. You bring in documents and file those, corporate documents, personal documents. You can file anything. You can go to the probate court, and for a fee, you can make a matter of public record a document that says you're not a pink elephant.
Oh.
You can do that.
Do people often do that?
No, mostly it's a purple elephant.
Purple. That's the color I would choose.
But they do. So you can make anything a matter of public record. We register marriages. We take the liquor license, and the liquor tax is administered through the probate office. And so there's a lot of money coming in that has to be accounted for and then distributed. And then, of course, the biggest part of the administrative side is the elections, in fact. The probate judge is the chief election official. Probate judge works with the sheriff and the chief clerk and coordinates election day. So there's all that preparation. We're going to make the registrar's got all her names, and then you've got to have all the polling places up and running and everybody trained. And then on election day, you've got to make sure it's all safe and secure. And then at the end of the day, all those ballots have to be securely brought to the sheriff's office, where they are tabulated and controlled and all that stuff. So the probate judge is in charge of all of that. And that's the biggest part of the administrative side. The judicial side is all about property disputes. So property disputes that arise from wills and estates, eminent domain. If the state wants to come in and take your land, they can do eminent domain. If you don't like the price, you can take it to probate court. Then we appoint guardians and conservators. We administer adoptions, which is building families. I love that. And then one of the things that I've had a lot of experience with is the commitment of the mentally ill. We do a lot of that. So the probate judge has those hearings and can decide whether someone gets committed inpatient or outpatient.
That was surprising to me. I didn't realize the probate judge handled that.
Yeah, it all runs through probate. So the probate office is kind of the nexus of all these things: homelessness, substance abuse, mental illness, all kind of run right through the probate office, and the probate judge gets to deal with all of that. And of course, my experience, my first career was in accounting and finance. I was CFO at Lee Brass here for many years, and then for 1 year at the McWane Science Center for their first full year of operation. Then I changed careers, went through this big career change, and got into counseling, got a master's in counseling and education specialist degree, became a licensed counselor, worked for the Family Links, or the Link program at that time, which was under kind of the sheriff's office. So I became a reserve deputy, and sheriff sent me to the academy. I became a real cop and ran the jail and built a crisis negotiation team and an incident management team, and then in 2007, our current probate judge, Alice Martin, who is retiring, she's not going to run again. I would never run against Alice. So she appointed me the first mental health officer of the county. I was the very first. And with that, I had the authority to order people off the street and into the hospital for 72 hours, 72-hour hold, and then we do a petition for commitment afterwards. So I worked with all the first responders, all the law enforcement agencies in the county, and sometimes DHR, sometimes EMS and fire would call me, but mostly law enforcement. And we would get them into a hospital bed and then do a commitment. And so did that for a dozen years or more. And of course I maintained my counseling license and did some counseling on the side, and then retired in 2019 from the sheriff's office as chief deputy. So I have this expansive experience that runs from accounting, finance, corporate administration, corporate management in both the public and private sector, and then law enforcement and mental health, jail operations. I've managed, helped run companies with over 600 employees and 50 million in budgets.
Wow.
Did all that, and then know how to do the civil service stuff too.
Well, let's talk a little bit more about that. I have some questions that
Questions
I
are good. I love
I do,
questions.
but right now I've been told that it is time to go to a break.
Eric wants a break.
I'm going to hold those questions, and I'm hoping, our Joe Bell coffee. I'm ready for that.
I am
Dunkin'
ready for some Joe Bell
Donuts.
coffee and Dunkin' Donuts.
Yes,
absolutely.
All right, so we're going to go to a quick break, and we will be right back with John Garlick. You're watching Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram.
Good morning, everybody. We've got a beautiful few days ahead. We are getting up to 57 degrees today, 62 degrees tomorrow, and on Wednesday, temperatures are reaching all the way up to 68 degrees, and we won't see any rain on any of these days. I'm Lacey Clance with your TV24 weather.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Chrysler, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
Hey everybody, this is Roper & Son Septic Service. I'm Ashley Roper, this is my dad Dwight Roper, and this is Mr. Phil Williams. And we're licensed and insured for pumping and for installing. If you can't use your can, let Ashley Roper be your septic tank man. Y'all have a blessed day.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
I'm Eric Freeman with your WEAC TV24 and the Mountain 95-second news update. The City of Anniston Planning Commission is gearing up for a crucial meeting today at the Anniston City Meeting Center. According to the Calhoun Journal, the focus of the meeting will be to deliberate on proposed changes to the city's zoning ordinances. The proposed changes include allowing more commercial use for tattoo studios, check cashing payday loan businesses, vape shops, a medical marijuana dispensary, and bars within the core district. According to the comprehensive plan, the primary desires identified by the community for downtown were the need for more dining and shopping opportunities, with a focus on public safety being second. Following Monday's Planning Commission work session, a follow-up meeting is scheduled for March 14th. Once the Planning Commission votes on the proposed ordinance, it will go to the City Council for approval. Governor Kay Ivey made an announcement last week that will affect the state of Alabama. Ivey announced that Conecuh Sausage would be expanding to Andalusia in a $58 million growth project. This will create 110 jobs in the area. Conecuh Sausage started in Evergreen, Alabama in 1947 and is a family-owned business that has continued through the years making iconic hickory smoked sausages. At the NASCAR season opener, the Daytona 500 was postponed yesterday due to weather. Joey Logano will lead the field to green today at 3 o'clock for the 66th running of the Great American Race. You can catch all the coverage right here on 95.1 The Mountain. Tune in to WEAC TV24 tonight for more local news at 5. For WEAC TV24 and The Mountain 95.1, I'm Eric Freeman.
Welcome back. You're watching Ride and Shine Cruising Mornings at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, where we come to you live every weekday morning, Monday through Friday at 7:30 a.m.
I don't know who that was. I think it was God.
Did you hear it too? I thought it was just me.
I thought of Bing Crosby and the old joke, woo-ball, woo-ball.
Oh, well, hey, they're busy working today. The service department is open and rocking.
People should buy cars today. They're off. They should come down here.
Why not? What else do you have to do?
You
It's
know,
cold.
what did he say? He said he thought he'd sell like 3 or 4 cars today. I hope they sell like 10.
Oh, wouldn't that be cool?
Wouldn't that be cool?
I'm challenging
I wonder if they
Calhoun
ever sell
County.
10 cars a day.
Oh, yeah.
You think
Yes,
so?
Probably.
They got some great cars here
Surely.
too.
Back in the day, I know. But
Back in the day?
Back in the day.
What day was that?
When I sold cars. Back in the day.
You sold 10 cars a day?
Well, as a dealership,
Why did you stop?
collectively.
Oh.
I don't know. That's a good question.
You know, I got a question.
Okay.
My wife and some friends asked this. Why are there so many white cars on the road today? All the new cars seem to be white in color.
It's a great color. I drive a white car.
Do you? Why do you
do.
drive a white car?
Well, because I saw that car and I just loved it. It was very attractive to me and it fit all of my checklist. But I think white tends to be easier to take care of, like as far as keeping it clean. It doesn't show dirt.
Sure, that's what they said. It doesn't show dirt.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just guessing right now. That would be a good question for our audience. Why so many white cars?
Well, I think that's probably the primary reason.
Idea.
Yeah.
In the summer, which we have really hot summers,
Less heat. Yeah.
less
reflects
heat.
Mhm,
Like
sure.
the black cars are gorgeous, but like your darker color cars absorb more heat. And
So I have a conspiracy theory I want to start.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So I think white cars are easier for those self-driving cars to see. So they're getting ready to get all the cars that the little artificial intelligence can drive, and white cars are easier to see.
I like that.
I just made that up, by the way.
That's really smart.
Not legitimate.
You got the brains.
Yeah, which means I'm not going to be driving a white car.
Because you don't want the smart cars to be able to see you?
I don't think smart cars we should not have self-driving cars.
I agree.
Oh my word.
I mean, I don't mind like if maybe like the self-driving takes over, like if let's say like you fall asleep or something at the wheel and it can kick into that mode.
Yeah, I think that's great. That's a
okay.
safety feature. If
Yeah.
you're drifting from the lane or you're
My car
falling
does, it
asleep,
goes zzz,
and it can wake you up with
yeah.
loud noise or something. I think
Yeah.
that's great.
Sure.
But to sit back and just take your hands off and drink coffee and read a book, no. No.
That makes me so nervous.
The old cop in me is like, no, drive your car. Drive your car.
Yeah. Do you think we're going to that pretty soon? I think it's going to be a little.
I hope not in my lifetime.
I don't know. And they're working
It's
on
coming,
it.
but no, I don't think so.
And they still have, but yeah, I think there's a lot of things that they need to work out, a lot of kinks. 'Cause
They
there's
do
a lot
need to
of
work
drivers.
a lot of kinks out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that is a good theory on the white vehicle.
It's just a conspiracy theory.
Yeah, well,
It's
I
just
like
a
it.
silly theory.
Well, you tell us what you think, viewers. We want to know.
You can call in
Why?
tonight on Shop 24. You can tell
There
us what
you
you
go.
think. Okay, you said you had questions.
Oh yeah, I do.
Back to business. You had
Gosh,
some
now I'm
questions.
all thinking about why.
You're thinking about
What-
white cars
yes,
and
and-
conspiracy theories.
Yeah.
Satellites tracking your cars. Yeah.
Uh-oh, let's not get started.
See, this duck is really a government camera. Quack, quack. Okay. What's your question? You had
We
questions.
need to know what this duck's name is.
Does it have a name?
He doesn't have a name, I don't think.
It just
I mean,
cracks
his
me
name
up
is
that you have it here.
Greenway CDJR Aniston.
Okay, that's good.
Well, you were telling us about your extensive career, and you have had lots of really successful careers in one
have.
lifetime. How did you fit all of that in?
I just worked. I worked. And you know, I figure 18 or so years in a career is a good career. And you know, you can live long enough, you have 3 or 4 careers. And I think that's wonderful. So I just kind of kept, it's the old actor in me, I just kept following the script, I guess. And yeah, I did it. I have an undergraduate degree in accounting and finance, and of course master and an education specialist degree in counseling, and licensed counselor, nationally certified counselor. Went to the FBI National Academy, which was a great experience. And so I enjoyed all my careers. Accounting, when I was at Lee Brass, we took Lee Brass in and out of bankruptcy, rebuilt the company, had it making lots of money, and then we sold it. And I left and went to the McWane Science Center, and that was a whole different type of accounting. I went from manufacturing to a museum and science center, and it was fun. I got to work with the kids, and we, as executives there, once a month, we had to be there on the weekend. We were like the officer in charge on the weekend. And my first weekend at the McWane Science Center as the guy in charge, the Cahaba River exhibit, that big fish tank, started leaking.
Oh no.
Yeah, and the maintenance guy called me up and he says, hey, the Cahaba River tank is leaking. What do we do about that? I was like, well, I think we should fix it. He goes, yeah, I don't know where it's leaking from. And I'm like, okay, you do know I'm not an engineer, so let's go look at it, right? And I'm standing there in the back room looking at this tank, and the water level's going down, and all I could think of is all these little kids standing out there watching these fish just flap around.
You don't want that to happen.
I didn't want that to happen,
break
so
some
we
hearts.
figured out where it was leaking, and we fixed it, thankfully. But that was fun. But I did that, and then I thought, you know, I really want to do something that's more people-oriented. I'm doing that now with McWane Science Center. So I went into a counseling field, and then worked my way into law enforcement, which was great as a counselor. I like crisis work because my core value, when I was looking at my core value, as cheesy as it sounds, is to help people. But I wanted to be where you could help people when they most needed it, and that's crisis counseling. So the best place to find people that need help is really in law enforcement. We're the first ones on scene. And there's this broad range of problems, right? So that's why I really enjoyed law enforcement. It was a great career, and it afforded me lots of training, and went to lots of places, and got to work with so many people in the county, and it was just great. And we got to start our crisis negotiation team, and I became a crisis negotiator.
Wow.
And I still teach today at JSU. I teach in the counseling department, graduate school, so I teach group counseling and crisis. My version of crisis, right? So
that's so important these days. I think mental health is definitely a big struggle in not just our state, but
it's a nationwide problem, and it all goes back to the 1963 Act that John Kennedy signed before he was assassinated, which changed the way we provide services. But right now, in the state of Alabama, we are 2,000 beds short of where we should be for treatment beds. Wow. And you know, probate judge is right there in the middle of all that with the commitments. So I'm a mental health professional, and as probate judge, I'm going to continue to be an advocate for improved care and better access to treatment, which means more beds. We need more beds. We need 60. So the treatment advocacy people out of Washington did all this research. They said we need 50 beds per 100,000 in the general population. So that means in Calhoun County we need 60 psych beds. We don't have them. We have the 16-bed crisis residential program out in Alexandria. Highland Health Systems run that. They do a good job. But those 16 beds serve 7 counties.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so they aren't 100% available to us. RMC has 20 or some odd psych beds, but they're not available for civil commitments. They're not a designated mental health facility. Designated mental health facility is designated by the Department of Mental Health, and they are so designated to take commitments. And RMC, as a business model, doesn't want to do that. You know, sometimes you get people that don't have insurance, and so they don't want to be forced into that business. So those beds aren't available. So we really only have somewhere around 8 beds available to us at CRP. So we need 60.
Yeah. Do you think that's why a lot of people with mental health issues wind up in like jails?
Absolutely, they do, because so what happens is about 67% of the mentally ill population don't seek treatment because they don't have supportive families. And so if they don't seek treatment, they decompensate. If you've ever lived with somebody with a severe mental illness, it's hard for the family to deal with, and a lot of times they alienate their family. Family gets tired, and they end up on the street, or they end up in home decompensating. And who do you call? You call law enforcement. And what do? We can arrest them if there's been a crime broken, if there's been a law broken, and sometimes we just have to try to take them into custody for safety. I've talked a lot of people out of suicide, thankfully. Been very successful with that. And every now and again you'd run into somebody who was sitting in their living room with a gun to their head, and obviously suicidal, nobody there. And we'd talk our way into the house. I'd talk the gun out of them. We'd take the gun for safekeeping, and then I'd go, all right, this guy's obviously suicidal. I'm going to order him in the hospital. But wait, there's no beds. So I can't order him in the hospital. Next choice. You have family or friends that can sit with you, because I'm not going to leave you by yourself.
Sure.
And they go, no, I don't have anybody. I don't want to. So now my third choice is, you know, I can leave you here all by yourself with all of the sharp objects in your kitchen, and God knows what pills you might have because you want to die, or I can take you into custody and put you in the jail where we can monitor you, and I can file a petition for commitment, and then in a few days maybe get you into a hospital bed. So I would opt for that. I would opt to save somebody's life, and so I would arrest them on disorderly conduct and get them in jail. I would never get those charges into court because I would lose the criminal case. I had no intention.
And you have no intention.
I had no intention
anyway.
of prosecuting. I just needed them safe, and unfortunately, that's where we have forced law enforcement. When society fails to correct a problem, law enforcement is forced to react to it. We're the bottom line to all that stuff. And so what's happening is a lot of mentally ill, they end up homeless, they end up dual diagnosis, so they're on drugs too. They decompensate, and they end up in jail. It's a terrible solution. They should be in a hospital bed. So what's happening now, rather than build out these hospital beds, they're forcing jails to provide counseling and psychiatric services. Now that's good. We have a lot of inmates that need that.
Sure.
But we have a lot of inmates that don't need to be there to get that.
Right.
And so unfortunately, jail has always been, since we started having medical services in there decades ago, they required that. Jail has always been for those that are uninsured, where they can go and get treatment. And that's ridiculous.
It's not the way. I want to talk a little bit more about this. I'm told that we have to go to a quick break right
quick
now,
break.
but hold that thought because that is so interesting.
Holding it.
We'll be right back. You're watching Ride and Shine at Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram, a Greenway store right here in Anniston.
Good morning, everybody. We've got a beautiful few days ahead. We are getting up to 57 degrees today, 62 degrees tomorrow, and on Wednesday, temperatures are reaching all the way up to 68 degrees, and we won't see any rain on any of these days. I'm Lacey Clance with your TV24 weather.
At Campers Unlimited, we offer a no-pressure experience, no hidden fees, and great service after the sale, making us one of the fastest-growing RV dealers in the Southeast. With our second location in Oxford, we offer a great selection of over 220 campers from top brands, including Grand Design. Our mission is to help friends and family spend time together in the great outdoors. At Campers Unlimited, you aren't just a customer, you are family. Check out our inventory at campersunlimited.net or come see us at Gaston or Oxford.
What's going on, everybody? everybody, Scoot from Hooligan Harley, your one-stop shop for all your motorcycle needs, ranging anywhere from our new and pre-owned motorcycle inventory, all the parts and accessories you could ever ask for in our parts department, all the gear you could ever need while riding in our motor clothes department, and of course our award-winning service department. Don't forget to check out our events tab on our website to keep up with everything we got going on. And remember guys, if nobody has it, Hooligan has it. I'll see you soon.
Thank you for coming to Greenway. At Greenway Classes, we have all the vehicles that you want. We are here part of your family, and we want to make sure that you give us that opportunity under the new management that we have. Yo quisiera que ustedes sepan que aquí en Greenway estamos nosotros dispuestos a hacerlos a ustedes nuestra familia. Avísenos cuando estén listos y vengan a vernos con todos los vehículos y las necesidades que tengan.
Come visit us today.
Welcome back to Ride and Shine, Cruising Mornings at Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram. We're finishing our conversation with John Garlick. Thanks for visiting us this morning.
Glad to be here.
Talking a little bit about your campaign for probate judge and your career leading up to this. Now, it seems like your career choices have really been like
dovetailed nicely into, so when Alice Martin, our current probate judge, appointed me mental health officer, it took me about a year of watching what goes on in the probate office, and after about a year I was like, you know, this is a great thing for me. It covers everything. You have to have knowledge in accounting, finance, management, both in the public and private sectors, law enforcement to cover the law, and then mental health awareness and professional. So that covers everything I've ever done. And you know, the law enforcement side, some people say, you know, it's a judge, should be a lawyer. Alabama is one of 4 states that still doesn't require your probate judge to be a lawyer. And I think we need to hang on to that. The founding fathers did not envision a ruling class of lawyers. So where we have these positions where the general public can run, we want to hang on to that. But it's the probate judge is the people's judge. And you know, some people will say, well, you're just a cop, you don't know the law. I'm sorry. I do. We have to read and understand and apply the law. In fact, we build cases in the criminal court long before the lawyers get a hold of it. We have to have it all nice and neat, and then we hand it to them. So I'm very familiar with reading the law and applying the law, both criminal code, mental health code, and oh, by the way, in the business world, I had to deal with contracts and liability and tax law. And then as a law enforcement officer, little known, law enforcement lives and breathes the Constitution. We are government agents. So anything a law enforcement officer says or does can violate your civil rights. So we have to know the Constitution. We have to know when we can do what we need to do. So reasonable suspicion, probable cause, you know, unlawful search and seizures, all comes under law enforcement. So we're aware of the Constitution. We live it more than anybody else, really. So anyway, you had another question. You want to talk about mental health?
Yeah, I did, you know, because that is something that is very interesting to me, and I feel like it's such an opportunity that we have to help our citizens more, because like you were saying, like, I mean, mental health doesn't always mean criminal. You know, it doesn't always lead to that, and sometimes it does, but sometimes it doesn't have to. Right. And if we were able to service our mentally ill, mentally challenged people with...
The problem, the challenge is that so mental illness has this broad range, right? You can be just depressed for a little while because your dog died. That's very depressing. You could grieve that. You don't necessarily need medication, but you may not even need to see a counselor. But you know, if it goes on for a while, you might not need. So we go from there all the way over to the severe mental illness, the schizophrenia type of bipolar stuff. And that whole gambit covers mental illness. The mentally ill aren't necessarily going to be any more violent than in fact, they're not as violent as the general public. So there's less to fear, truly. Yeah. The trouble with mental illness, it's a brain disease. We have heart disease, lung disease, kidney disease. How many people you know with diabetes? You know people?
I do, sadly.
So somebody has diabetes, they are briefed on their disease. They know They know they might have to take insulin. They might have an insulin pump. They're testing their blood every day. They're very familiar and well educated in their disease. In fact, the doctors do that. Oh, you have diabetes. Here, read this pamphlet. Yeah. And the nurses tell you, right? Family supports you. Thanksgiving, when your Aunt Harriet, who has diabetes, goes running for the pecan pie, what do?
Oh no!
No, stop!
I made you sugar-free here, right here.
Yeah, and your Aunt Harriet's like, but I want pie. Mm-hmm. My Aunt Harriet, she smoked cigars and drank scotch, so she sounded like, I want pie. But we wave them off. So you have a very supportive family. Mental illness is a brain disease, and unfortunately, that manifests in very embarrassing behavior. Yeah. So families tend to stay away from that, and we ignore it. Or we want to ignore it. And about 6%, 5 to 6% of a population has a severe mental illness, right? And about 1% of that population need to be in a structured environment. They can't function outside of a structured environment. So in Alabama, that's about 1,000 people.
Yeah. And even if they don't need to be in a facility, they need to be able to go somewhere where they can
well, some people, so severe mental illness, you probably need to be in the hospital 1 or 2 days every couple of years to get your meds right. So those services need to be available. Many of the mentally ill don't have insurance, don't have access to it. And the treatment is medication and therapy. And some people need meds their whole life. Some people need meds temporarily, but everybody needs the therapy side. If you're only getting meds, you're missing half of it.
Yeah, you need that.
Yeah.
Well, we are coming up on our 8:30.
8:30. We're closing out. Yeah, I could talk for another hour.
And I could listen because that is very interesting to me. Is that something that you plan if you are voted? The probate judge, is that something that you plan to focus on?
Yes, absolutely. It will give me another platform to stand on to be an advocate, make me a more effective advocate. As probate judge, I can have effect on, I can work on legislation with people, and people will listen. Yeah. So.
Well,
yes.
I'm going to give you the camera to tell our viewers about when to vote and why to vote.
Tuesday, March 5th is the election. Please get out there and vote. It's a primary. The probate race will be decided in the primary. There's 3 of us running. We're all Republicans, and so if you don't vote in the primary, you're not going to get a choice because one of us is going to win, and that's who's going to be on the ballot in November. So please come out on Tuesday, March 5th, vote. If you don't know where your polling place is, call the probate office, call the registrar. You can find it, and go vote.
What if somebody's on I'm not sure, I need more information, how do they find out?
Go to my website, www.johngarlic.com, or call me. Go on Facebook. We have a Facebook page, John Garlic for Calhoun County Probate Judge. Go on there, follow, and invite your friends to follow. And if you want, I'm not bashful about giving out my cell phone, 256-591-4022. Call and text. If I don't answer, leave a voicemail. I'm happy to answer your questions. If you have a club or organization you'd like me to come talk to, I'd love to do that too. We have 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
So get that knowledge out there. Make sure you're asking those questions and getting your information before you vote. And it is so important to exercise your vote.
Absolutely.
So, well, happy President's Day, everyone. John, thank you so much for visiting with us.
Always a pleasure.
We'll hope to see you back again soon. You'll definitely have to come in and fill us in on all the world of John Garlic. And make sure to tune in this evening to Shop 24. That's at 6:30 p.m. So you can watch it live, or you can watch it on WEAC TV24, on Facebook, YouTube, Roku, any of your streaming services.
And Wednesday night, 6:30, tune in for the John Garlic Show starring Lacey Clounce.
There you go. Well, thanks so much. Have a wonderful day. Get out and buy cars. It is President's Day. It's a great day to get out. The sun is shining. Come buy a car. Make sure to stop by Greenway Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram to check out your next vehicle. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you back tomorrow.
I'm Shirley Millwood, and I'm running to be Calhoun County's next Republican probate judge. As a Christian, conservative mother, protecting Calhoun County values matters to me. As the only attorney in this race with more than a decade of experience practicing law in probate court, I am the only candidate with the experience to serve from day one. When you're a judge making decisions that impact people's lives, that experience matters. I'm Shirley Millwood, and I'm asking for your vote on March 5th. I'm Shirley Millwood.